On the outskirts of the solar system, where sunlight grows faint and disperses into the silence of space, lies a world that long remained a mystery to humanity. Pluto, a dwarf planet we knew more through imagination than actual data, and only in 2015 did human civilization see it for the first time as it truly is. The journey to Pluto took almost a decade. The spacecraft New Horizons set off for this distant target in January 2006, carrying nothing but the hope of understanding a world beyond familiar orbits. During its flight, Pluto's classification changed. The planet, once considered the ninth, became a dwarf planet. But this did not lessen the importance of studying it. If anything, it made Pluto an even more significant part of the history of the solar system. When the spacecraft approached Pluto, the first thing scientists saw was unexpected. Its surface was not grey and monotonous, as previously assumed, but rich in contrasts. Here, ice mountains reaching up to 3 kilometers high. There, vast plains, smooth as glass. And in the center, a bright area strikingly shaped like a heart. This region was named the Sputnik Planitia. It consists of frozen nitrogen, methane, and carbon monoxide, materials that behave like liquids when temperatures drop below -200 degrees Celsius. But the most surprising discovery was yet to come. Pluto's surface is almost devoid of craters. This means it is geologically young. A world at the edge of the solar system turned out to be active, just as alive as Mars or Europa. Scientists began asking the key question: what causes Pluto to renew its surface? Where does it get the energy? One possible answer is a hidden ocean. Beneath the thick, icy crust may lie a layer of liquid water mixed with salts and ammonia. This ocean cannot freeze completely, not under such conditions. The gravity of its moon Charon and the radioactive heating of Pluto's core provide enough energy to keep it in liquid form. If true, Pluto becomes one of the potential candidates for conditions suitable for life, even if only in microscopic or chemically unusual forms. Charon, the largest moon of Pluto, is unique in its own right. It is so large relative to Pluto that both bodies orbit around a common center of mass located outside Pluto's surface. This makes them a double system, the only one of its kind among the major objects of the solar system. Charon is covered with fractures, canyons, and signs of ancient activity. Some of its cracks are 5 times deeper than the Grand Canyon. This is a world that preserves traces of processes that occurred billions of years ago. As New Horizons sent data back to Earth, every byte traveled over 4 billion kilometers. Receiving all the images and telemetry took nearly a year. But every picture, every piece of data, changed our understanding of distant worlds. We learned that Pluto's atmosphere, though thin, consists mainly of nitrogen, with traces of methane and carbon monoxide. It exists only when Pluto is closer to the Sun. When it moves farther along its elongated orbit, the atmosphere freezes, falling back onto the surface as frost. This makes Pluto one of the most dynamic and changeable objects in the Kuiper belt. But most importantly, Pluto is no longer just a point on a map. It has become a world with its own rules, its own cycles, and its own history. A world that shows us that even the cold, dark corners of the solar system can be astonishingly complex. The exploration of Pluto opened a new era. We realized that the Kuiper belt is not just debris from ancient bodies. It is an entire archipelago of worlds, large, small, active, and dormant. And Pluto was the first one we visited. It became a doorway to understanding how the solar system formed, and perhaps to understanding why Earth became the way we know it. Today, New Horizons continues its journey, moving ever farther into the depths of the Kuiper belt. And somewhere out there, in the cold darkness, are other worlds waiting for their first glimpse. Perhaps among them are bodies with oceans, geology, and unusual chemistry. Perhaps there are worlds that can answer the question of how planets are born. And perhaps some will remind us that life can arise in the most unexpected places. Pluto has shown us the main thing. Boundaries are only the beginning. As our spacecraft continue their journey, we expand a map that only yesterday seemed complete. The journey to Pluto was long, but it opened a new chapter, a chapter in which every new world becomes part of the story of how our universe works. If you liked and subscribed to the channel, congratulations! You've taken a small step that every day will make you smarter and stronger.